All right, welcome back, everybody, for another CBSI Hot 10 show. Make sure you go and check out the list over on comicbookinvest.com. And welcome to a new year, a new look, and we have a different setup coming for you. Following this show, you guys will be able to see OLI on the live Friday show. So just hang on as soon as we're done with this, and you'll get those outside looking in picks right after this is done. And with that all said, if you want to see what new books we got for you on this week's Hot 10 list, just hang on for a few seconds after the intro, and we will be right back.
Notable sales.
All right, our first book.
All right, Journey into Mystery number 6. It's a 4.5. Interesting point about this book. This is sold, recently just sold. Actually, it's yesterday when we're taping this for $5,750. A 6.0 a couple years ago sold for right around this, a little bit less than this price. But then I think was it a 5.0, Joe, somewhere around there, had sold for like 6,100,
6,900,
69. So this is getting closer to that price. There's a couple of classic Stan Lee like horror stories. Remember, this is Atlas Comics, so it has got a bunch of different storylines in there. But the cover actually's got a really cool story in it. It's towards the end. It's till death do us part. It's about a dude who like marries chicks and then kills them for their money, and then a chick who marries dudes and kills them for their money, and then those two now got a bunch of money and they try to kill each other. Classic story, good stuff. Atlas should really bring this back.
and there's not much on the high end of this either in terms of the census. Like above a 4.5, I think there's only about like 18 or 19 books.
What is it? Do you know what the highest is?
7.5. I think 7.5 might be the highest.
Yeah. Something like this. Not surprising. It was what, 59? 53.
Well, it's a black cover, so
see every color break.
Yeah, black cover.
That's not an untrue statement, though. But yes, it is an overused.
Black color. Black color.
I can fix those color breaks. No.
Yeah. With the Crayola crayon.
All right. Well, let's look at our other notable sale that doesn't have a black cover with color breaks that Bruce needs to fix. We're talking about a 9.8 Transformers 1 Bill Sienkiewicz cover newsstand. Why do you guys pay so much of a premium for newsstand? Because this sold for $3,750. We're direct for only $1,500. I don't get it. You like collecting newsstands because, they got tough to find like in the 90s and 2000s, but in the 80s.
And so you could say newsstands. So you could say the word newsstand.
No.
Yeah.
Whoever sold that is as happy as that son of a bitch standing there smiling at Optimus Prime.
Oh, Optimus.
Because that's a big sale for
it is a big
sale.
Book. Congratulations to that dude. Newsstand in big letters so that you could sell that quick.
Especially at the end of the year.
Yeah. It's nice.
No. I mean,
interesting book.
Any excuse to talk about Transformers, I'm down.
It's a Transformer.
And with that said, let's get into the actual main list now.
Number 10.
Hauling up the rear this week. Shazam number 7. People love Nakayama.
Mm-hmm.
Like
was that rear a pun for this book, or was that?
Yeah, no. This is a nice tame cover. People like Nakayama. Is this supposed to be Mary Marvel?
I think so.
Yes.
So used to her having fairer hair, but it's a great cover. People like Mary Marvel. People like Nakayama. It's a nice incentive. 125 selling for $40 to $50. It's on par for a relatively hot ratio that comes out.
The DC 125 ratio.
Like this week in the same kind of realm.
We get to say, every week we get this.
He calls these color bleeds, right?
Yes, he calls these as color bleeds. They're not quite negative space. He does outline the character.
Yeah, but I mean that's still cool. I mean, I actually kind of like that outlining of the character on that more a little bit than the negative space one. He did a great job with this book. Yeah. And this is something, as Joe was stating, this is something we're seeing. Big surprise. We're seeing this again and again, week in, week out. It seems like this is the common trend with these 1 in 25s from DC. So I don't think anybody's surprised. I don't think you should be surprised if you start seeing
No, But what I think is interesting with these, because again, I mentioned a couple of these, is that there's only like a half a dozen of these sales, and then asking prices go higher.
Yeah.
Sooner. So
Wow.
now already this week, as of today, it's Thursday, we're doing this.
Yeah.
They're asking 60 to 70.
Right.
Off of some $40 to $50 sales. So I think that slowed the market from moving forward because people are jumping to the next stage.
It's a Shazam 7. How many stores are ordering enough for a Shazam 7?
You say that, but it isn't like this isn't like week 2 or 3 that we've seen this type of movement on the DC one in time. This is like months going on now. So 125. Yeah. But dude, you think, Joe, you know as well as I do, like people don't read, but they don't read the books. Like people don't read books inside
of this thing.
People don't read books.
I like my Fawcett Mary Marvels.
I'm reading Shazam, damn it.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is like that's not why people who are reading the books aren't. They're not usually buying these.
They're not buying the 125s.
Yeah, that's not who the seller.
They're just buying the cover A's.
Yeah, you're buying cover A's. So, but yeah, there you go. I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like they're pushing. They're trying to get ahead of things now. So I think that's slowing the volumes down a little bit with the quick jump.
Yeah, might bring it back.
That's fair. DNA.
But let's see what we got next.
Number 9.
We got a classic.
Ghost Rider. It's Ghost Rider, right? Like I know it's Marvel Spotlight number 5, but this is like Ghost Rider's first. That's how a lot of people refer to it, is just the Ghost Rider's first
Ghost
book.
Rider.
Ghost Rider number 1 sometimes. I've heard that before too. Do you have Ghost Rider 1? And I'm like, yes. No, they meant this, but
those books
dozen plus sales. Huh?
Ghost Rider 1 looks very similar to
it does.
Yeah.
You're right. Fair enough. Dozen plus sales on this one. It's kind of like quadrupled up. Part of the reasoning maybe is it brings back the spotlight because they just announced that they're going to have Daredevil come back out, but he's not going to be, or Spirit of Vengeance, but he's not going to be, what's his name? Johnny Blaze. He's going to be in evil.
Yeah, the story is going where the Spirit of Vengeance is going to go to a Marvel villain that they're apparently going to announce soon. We don't know who it is, but Johnny Blaze is not the Spirit of Vengeance.
I don't think
Ghost Rider will be a villain.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't think we're really going to be over enthusiastic with the bad guy that they choose. However, Blaze will be coming back eventually because he always does. But that just puts it back into mind. This is a good book. Black cover, so it's hard to get in high grade. But
you never know. They could pick Stiltman. You're not going to read a Stiltman Spirit of Vengeance?
No.
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 Light Man.
I mean, they got to do something like. What if, because they combined him with, this is what's really going to suck. Stiltman 125 variant that Pete's going to put on the list for 3 weeks in a row that we're going to have to talk about.
Make it
just like the Wolverine, Ghost Rider variant.
We can make him a Wolver Spider Spirit of Vengeance and just hit every mark.
Interesting point, though, I'd like to say is like Osprey, like for some reason, this book, whenever I see it, this book more than any place else, Osprey all over the place. Like I don't get it. Why do people just like spray this book all the time? You know what I mean? Like there's other books you could have just do that too, but
I don't know. But still, classic book.
Let's
see what we got next.
Number 8.
Back again.
Daredevil number 9. Echo's first appearance is back on the list. There was a trailer leaked this week with Daredevil fighting Echo. People are loving it. About 30 sales this week. Rolls are up 70 and 90 compared to last week. I'm really looking forward to this show. Never thought I'd look forward to Echo show, but it looks really good. So
they're dropping this all at one time too, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So there will be a lot of stuff coming out on Tuesday. Yes. Yeah. Tuesday. Yeah, I agree.
They moved it up to as well.
Once again, let's set our expectations on where this show is. It's a character called Echo.
I'm actually happy with kind of the expectations I have. I'm just excited to see kind of a one-off.
Yeah.
I'm just going to watch it, enjoy it, and leave it at that. It doesn't have to lead into anything. It doesn't have to tease me into anything further. I don't care. I just give me a one-off story.
Honestly, please, let's cut back on the Easter eggs, and we don't need credit scenes. Let's just rock and roll, okay? Let's just
give it a story.
And please don't let Kingpin wear a Hawaiian shirt. That's all I ask.
What's wrong with
Oh,
that?
jeez.
I don't think
What,
that's
you
too
didn't
much
like
to
them
ask.
looking like
What's wrong with
Chuckles?
that?
I like Hawaiian shirts.
Put him in a PGX then. Just give him one of those, and then make sure that he's got like only 3 buttons.
It's like
He
Brando
like
in the Isle of Dr. Moreau.
Huh?
Oh, jeez. Oh, I don't know, but I'm looking forward to this show. But let's see what we got next.
Number 7.
Wine shirt and all. Kingpin.
Speaking of large men, ASM 50. It's on there. First Kingpin. People like the character. He's a solid villain. And that's one thing Marvel's kind of lacked, is a consistent, solid villain. I guess they kind of had one for a little bit, but whoops, some things happened. So they're going to have to tilt there. So right now, I mean, Kingpin is the big recognizable bad in the Marvel universe, especially street level. So it's always been a good book, though.
It's a classic cover too. People love this cover.
75
Yeah.
sales doubled this week. Yeah, I mean, Kingpin back being on mine. He's always been a classic character. For some reason, the Spider-Man, as much as like all the villains that they've tried to sell us on, if Marvel could just get the Spider-Man villains back, I think we can have some good stuff, because a lot of those not only had they're classic villains that can transition over other places. Yeah, they're actually pretty popular within the realm, anyways. And they have great comic covers and first appearances, which are pretty dope.
Yep. Yeah.
So like, let's just hope on that one. Maybe I don't know. Kingpin seemed to work out pretty well.
I'm just always happy to see silver in the list. Anytime I'm getting some silver in the list.
And this book has been
just look
homaged
down,
a
you see
bazillion
your
times.
beard.
Ton.
All the silver.
Yeah, get a little silver in there.
Cool book though.
All right, let's see what we got at number 6.
Number 6.
Ooh, back on the list again. Berenstein Bears number 1. Oh, Beneath the Trees.
Berenstain Bears.
This book will not stop. Everybody loves a cuddly bear that kills for some reason. 60 plus sales. Ross dipped back down to 60. A CG 9.8 up to 200. Who's buying this book? Who still doesn't have this book?
You got people chasing it now.
Yeah.
The people that bought their raws, now their raws are starting to dip down. Now slabs are starting to come to market more. And then people are chasing the 9.8s of that because it's still a hot book. All it takes is something to be hot for a couple weeks anymore, and it holds for a little while.
Especially in a slow market.
Yeah.
But you also had number 2 come out recently also.
True.
And
second print.
With this too, you've also
come out today too.
let's be honest. It's been a slow overall week with stuff. You know, maybe that a little bit of the contributing to the 25 DC stuff, because people don't look for DC first. You know, we do have Kingpin stuff moving, like classic books and Silver Age moving. Not a ton of new stuff in the Wednesday Warrior aspect. So yeah, this is going to it's going to keep hitting because people like to buy shit.
There's a lot of good readers out there right now. There's a lot of good stuff in DC that's good to read. It's a lot of good reading stuff. It's not a super heavy.
Well, not Beast Wars. DC Beast Wars are garbage.
Nobody brought up Beast Wars till you just.
He just said DC. That's their main event.
That's not the only thing they're doing. Beast Wars, terrible. Beast World or whatever it's called. Sorry,
whatever that Aquaman book was garbage.
I'm reading the main title.
Hot trash.
Not good.
God bless you.
All right, let's see what we got next.
Number 5.
Art Germ.
Magic. My favorite. I swear to God, if Art Germ literally would just do Magic covers and Psylocke covers, it would be every week we would have one of these covers. Like each other week, every week we'd have one of these. And then throw in a White Queen every once in a while. Just don't do a Uniboob. I mean,
someone's working on their core. That's all I know.
Yeah, I mean, she looks good. She wasn't even in this book, though, was she? Yeah, she wasn't. So, okay. So I'm the only one that reads X-Men.
Wait,
but
where's her arm?
What? Don't worry about it. It's in limbo, bro.
There.
Don't worry about it. It's in limbo.
She's holding a big, heavy sword. It's back
it's
there.
Right there. It's a gold. It's the different cover of the glove. It's gold. It's on her side.
I don't know.
Hey,
I got her hit.
Yeah, you can't criticize anything. Here we go. Over a dozen sales.
Abs. Who gives a shit where her arm is.
Raws are already selling for 80 to 120.
Double standards.
Big surprise on this. I am serious. I think if he literally just stuck to like Psylocke, the White Queen, Emma Frost, for those people that don't know, and Magi, he could like at least stretch this out for another 4 years, and just keep going from there.
Yeah. Well, this is
yeah.
the very
Pop a little
definition.
Rogan Storm in there, you're golden.
This is the very definition of a cover buy, because that is the only explanation for the 1 in 50, which this is, outselling the 1 in 100, which is also a virgin in Yuckly. That's not bad. That's that Shadowcat with ninjas. You got Lockheed with her.
Yeah, sure.
That's only selling for $60.
No,
the 1 in 100, that's selling for 60.
I agree. But Pete,
above
X-Men fans will 100. You put Psylocke or Magic on the cover, especially Magic with a sword, or some skin
really
exposed.
Like Magic, but I'm still calling her Magic.
Okay, you can call her whatever you want.
Still missing along.
I mean, it'll just sell. It will just sell. I mean, that's fans like it. DC fans will even like it, even though they typically read terrible comics. They will enjoy this book too, just for the cover art.
Have you read Amazing Spider-Man? Doesn't get more terrible than that.
No, Amazing Spider-Man is bad too. Yeah, no.
Right.
I did read this book. It was pretty decent.
Beast World.
Beast World.
That's all I got for you. Beast World.
Dude. Avengers, X-Men, and Turtles. Eternals.
Number 4.
All right, our number 4 book. This actually came out last week. It was only selling for ratio and under. I even ordered one of these for under ratio. It was like $14 or something.
Yeah.
But Predator versus Wolverine number 4, that is not a Jay Ancillotto cover. I didn't update the slide, but
nice.
Is he riding a motorcycle?
He's not riding the motorcycle. That was last week's number 4. But this book did have about 20 sales on this 1 in 25, averaging now up to 40. Like I said, last week ratio and under. Now it's $40, and it hit a high of 70. So
and it's a cool ass cover. Like that's I think what happened was, this is a weird title, right? Let's be honest. It's a weird title.
This has been a very popular title.
People like it.
Yeah, no, it's a weird title. It's kind of like I was gonna say, like the Saturday morning cartoon thing, right? Like, but people love picking it up and like reading it. And now you have a super cool cover, which this is, and it's a home run. You've got people already reading the other books, and then they're like, oh, cool. They're looking at it, and then they're going, wait a minute, this is under ratio. Like, how cool is all these Wolverine heads on here?
That's exactly why I bought it. I'm like, I just like this.
Yeah. And I think its popularity grew from something Joe was saying earlier, was like, there are some books out there to read. They just might be like the weird titles, like Predator versus Wolverine. Like, it's, I mean,
the trees where nobody sees.
Well, I won't say that. I won't go that far. But
people are reading it and they're liking it.
It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, every issue has done really well.
Yeah. Interesting.
I mean, the 1 in 100s get the flash the week they come out, but that 1 in 25, it surprised me this week.
It's cool though. I mean, that's really cool. That was really cool. So.
It was a cool cover. I like it. I like the trophy.
Or
case.
It is. I guess it's not dead. It just came out.
Yeah. But let's see what we got next.
Number 3.
Oh, speak of the devil. Here it is again.
Oh, good Lord.
Got double vision. That's number 2. I mean, it's the hot book right now. It's the hot indie book. We always have some hot indie book people are talking about. This happens to be the hot indie book right now. And, you're getting the second issue that's coming out. People will jump on that just because, well, I mean, it's an interesting book to begin with. So it's not a bad read. It's fun.
And it's got Miss Piggy on the cover.
But you're going to get a lot of people jumping on the issue 2. Just based on how well issue 1 is doing and the prices on issue 1, people jump on issue 2. So the sales are moving. 20 sales. Raws are moving up to $20 to $25, which is weird.
Yeah, double.
But yeah, these things follow pretty predictable patterns. It shouldn't be surprising anybody that number 2 is moving well.
If you look at just in recent history, if you look at the Genie book, similar trends. It's a similar trend to that book. So like, I mean, he's Joe's 100% right on this. I think we were talking about last week, 2's going to move some sales, 2 moves some sales.
It was on the outside looking in last week. It didn't quite make the list. They were at $10. Now they're at 20 to 25 a week after.
It's an all new world, but it's also a repeat of an old world, if you know what I mean. Like this is the way it used to work.
It's already on the way for this one as well.
Yeah.
As long as number 1 is holding value, people will keep chasing the subsequent books, and
they will all rise.
Rising tide.
And
tide lifts all boats.
And people in the Midwest love putting lipstick on pigs for some reason. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
You hurt his feelings with the DC talk.
You did.
All right, let's get to number 2.
Number 2.
Truth hurts.
I would have got my
So,
book open up and still
Godzilla number
didn't work, right?
1, stomping back to the list. Kaijus are probably more popular now than they were in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Between Monarch, Godzilla -1, upcoming Godzilla X Kong, people are searching these books, want Godzilla first appearance. About 40 sales this week. Very fine copies are 70 to 100. A CGC 9.8 sold for 588. Go Godzilla.
Yeah, it was only 450 a few weeks ago.
Every con, what has it been now? The last 3 quarters, every con we go to, we sell a quarter of a short box of Godzilla stuff. Easy. We've been saying it for months now. You're seeing this occur. Like, I know some people don't like it. I know some people don't understand it. I know some people make fun of Bruce and me about it and Dub, but like, it's cool, man. And it's nice.
They're making movies. It's not like there's not an audience for it. They are making movies and big movies. I'm excited about the Godzilla Kong movie.
And by the way, once again,
glove and all that.
I mean, have you seen some of the, like, not to say anything too, but the toys that are coming out for this is ridiculous. I mean, they're great. Like, they're pretty darn amazing. Like, even the new books. I know Pete's books didn't work, but that's because he criticizes this all the time. But
no, apparently I have to have better lighting. It's too dim in here. Like, but whatever.
What? Light?
They said no. You need the light. Like, that's how it triggers.
Oh, it activates
brighter light.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So that's something.
The first time I opened it was in the dark for me. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying what people were trying to coach me on.
Of how I know you need a lot of coaching, Pete, but here you go. I mean, like, this stuff is hitting. If you missed out on it, whatever, it's still there. Look for G-Forces too. There's a couple of interesting ones, and there's a couple of interesting.
It's nice to see. It's nice to see movies and books pushing toys too. It's been a while since we've had a property to have some toys.
Yeah.
I still want my OG.
Let's talk about a magazine, a certain magazine that had a certain Dave Filoni doing artwork in it. But yeah, I mean, you got, like, there's a lot of cool stuff going on with this. It's nice to see these monsters taking a little bit of form, and obviously you're seeing a bunch of sales.
Gojira.
And apparently Magic has a better core than Godzilla.
Magic?
She does. It's all that limbo she's been doing.
Godzilla got the cakes.
Oh boy. Dad jokes. We got dad jokes, folks. Let's get on to our top book of the week.
And our number 1.
Well, they could just be qualified.
Surprise, surprise. Sneaky book. Spoiler book. No, I don't want to say spoiler, but this is a secret release. A 1 per store. Well, even saying 1 per store is kind of inaccurate. I think it's like 1 per account. Let's say it that way. Because some shops could get more than one of these, like they did with the Wolverine book.
Yeah.
Point being, this was given to retailers as kind of like a thank you. Kid Venom Origins number 1. Yes, it's an odd little read if you like manga stuff. It has a little bit of a Disney princess vibe because he starts talking to animals. But
no, that happens in manga. Like that's a usual trope of that. Like, this actually, once again, like, I know we're laughing at it and joking at it, but I thought this was one of the truer. Like, they've been trying to do this a lot. They tried it with Star Wars before. They tried it with other ones. Trying to adapt the two where you can bring the two worlds together. I have to say, this is probably one of the better collabos of this. It was easy enough to understand. It wasn't too overpowering. The art was great in it, and
you reviewed it. We talked about it on Wednesday.
Yeah,
it wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible.
And that font would go great on the Trapper Keeper.
Yes.
Oh, what?
Yes.
I like Trapper Keepers, but again, this one, it's following that same pattern we saw with that Wolverine, that Capullo cover. 60 plus sales this week. All of a sudden, it started out 20 to 25 as you expect, just like the Street Fighter books we've gotten to. Then all of a sudden, as we get near the end of the week, after a couple of days, it's hitting 40. We'll see where this goes next week, but people are moving this book, and it's just starting.
It's interesting.
All prepping for the new series that's coming at the end of the month. Like, this is reprint stuff.
Yeah, it's all
Spider-Verse
put together.
put together with some teaser stuff and new stuff coming.
Only because has a little bit to do with the market. But when you have these conversations with people talking about like how fluctuating the market is, this stability that you're seeing here, there's lots of trends. Like the market's pretty stable because we can see what's happening. This, the one per store type thing, is very predictable. The beneath the trees thing is something that has been happening for a long time. The DC 1 in 25s is a lot of stuff we're seeing on these lists. So, not to call it all predictable, but like it's pretty.
It's just nice. Sometimes you just don't get as many of them in the week, depending on where the market's at.
Yeah.
True.
It's kind of interesting.
But as we mentioned, that's our list for this week. But make sure you stick around following this show for a new name, new year, same dysfunction.
Oh, wait, is that Mary Marvel?
That is Mary Marvel.
And they will be doing the outside looking in.
Oh, yeah, the outside looking in. All right, sweet.
Yeah.
Nice eyeball.
Yeah.
Nice eyeball. So stick around. You can watch
outside. It's looking in.
I like that.
All right. So until then, we'll see you next week for our list. But like I said, stick around for the new show starting right about now.